Here's how I get thousands in free travel every year using credit cards. Each year I take my family on several trips, and it's literally all because of using credit card points, without getting any credit card debt and without paying any interest. But how do I do it? The process is simple. You carefully choose the right credit cards, earn points the fast way, and redeem them for maximum value. In this video, I'll show you how to do all of that. So let's start by covering the best credit cards. So the first step to getting free travel using credit cards is to choose the right cards. This sounds obvious at first, but there's actually a lot of mistakes you can make. And even the order in which you get the cards can change your options in the long run. Later on in this video, I'll show you the exact card order I recommend. But if you want to travel for free using credit card points, there are two main things you need to look out for when choosing a credit card. First is that the card must earn transferable points. This means that any points you earn on the card can be transferred to a travel partner such as a hotel or airline. By doing this, you can easily double or triple the value of your points, saving you a ton of money on travel. And trust me when I say any card that does not earn transferable points is simply not worth your time. And I'll show you the exact banks you can go to get cards that earn transferable points. While it might be tempting to save a few bucks by signing up for a random store's credit card, it could cost you an average of $1,000 in travel per card. The second crucial factor in choosing the right credit card for free travel is the welcome bonus. Banks that offer the best credit cards compete for your business by offering attractive welcome bonuses. These bonuses can range anywhere from $200 to $750 in cash back. But since we're focusing on credit cards with transferable points, you can use these points for travel instead of cash back. And these welcome bonuses can be worth much more for travel. In fact, you can double or even triple the cash back value to estimate how much you'll save on travel by using these points. For example, if you earn the 60,000 point welcome bonus on the Chase Sapphire Preferred, which is one of the best travel credit cards, that would normally be worth $600 in cash back. However, I can show you how to get $1,200 or more in travel value from those points. When it comes to these welcome bonuses, typically you'll need to spend a certain amount on the card within a certain amount of time. For instance, $4,000 in the first 3 months to qualify for the welcome bonus. And there's a ton of these welcome bonuses that you'll be able to cash in for tons of travel, and I'll show you how to do that later in this video. Now that you know how to choose a good credit card, there's a strategy that will help you earn points faster than anything else, and that is to constantly earn a welcome bonus on a new card. Unless you're spending tens of thousands of dollars on your credit card every month, this is the best way to earn a ton of points quickly. And this strategy can easily earn you several $1,000s in travel each year. But it is important to note how this will affect your credit. Some people worry that having multiple credit cards is bad for your credit, but it's actually the opposite that's true. When you look at the factors behind your credit score, one of the main factors is your credit lines. Basically, the more variety and higher amount of credit lines you have, the better. So having multiple credit cards will typically improve your score because of this. Another major factor to your credit score is credit utilization, which is the percentage of your credit limit that you use each month. Both of these factors will typically improve when you get multiple credit lines and higher credit limits. This has helped my credit score and my wife's, with hers almost reaching 800. One drawback is that this does affect your average age of credit, and obviously you'll also have new hard inquiries. However, inquiries don't affect your score that much, and typically after 6 months, there's almost no effect to your credit. And as far as the average age of your credit, there's just no getting around the fact that this takes time to build, whether you're opening new credit cards or not. The best long-term strategy to counter this is to have as many lines of credit as possible, because each additional line will affect your average age less and less. For example, if I've had one credit card for an average of 2 years, when I open a new credit card, the average age will drop in half from 2 years to 1 year. If instead I have 5 credit cards with an average age of 2 years, opening a new credit card will affect my average age by just a little bit, dropping from 2 years to 1.6 years. If you're not planning on getting a loan in the short term, then getting new credit cards is typically a good idea, as it will improve your credit score in the long run and earn you free travel. However, if you are planning on getting a new loan, you should avoid applying for the new card about 6 months before your loan, so your credit can age as much as possible. One last thing I want you to know when it comes to choosing the right credit cards is which credit card companies to go with. Chase, Capital One, Citi, and American Express all have credit cards that earn transferable points and often have the most competitive welcome bonuses. By sticking with these banks, you can earn several $1,000s a year in free travel. While there are several good card options from any one of these banks, starting with Chase is often the best choice. The reason for this is because of their 524 rule, which means you can't get approved for a Chase card if you've been approved for 5 new personal credit cards from any issuer in the last 24 months. I can't tell you how many people I've seen who have missed out on incredible offers from Chase because they weren't patient and grabbed a credit card that they could otherwise have gotten without limiting their options. All right, now let's talk about how to earn credit card points the fast way. If you're interested in getting free travel using credit cards, then you probably want to earn as many points as possible. And the faster you earn points, the more you can travel each year. I already told you the main way to earn credit card points fast, and that's by signing up for a new credit card, earning the welcome bonus, and then moving on to the next card. For example, if you earned the welcome bonus on the Chase Freedom Flex, Chase Freedom Unlimited, and Chase Sapphire Preferred, then you'd have a minimum of 100,000 points, which I can show you how to use for $2,000 in travel. But getting welcome bonuses isn't the only way to earn points quickly. Here's a few other ways you can use to earn points faster. First is to maximize reimbursable spend. Reimbursable spend is any spend on your credit card that you aren't actually paying for. For example, a work expense that your employer reimburses you for. This is an easy way to put spend on your card that you earn points for but don't have to pay for. Next is to refer your friends and family to these credit cards. You can refer them to one of your credit cards and earn some points through a referral bonus from the bank. This is especially easy to do if you're married or have a close friend or family member that you can refer cards to each other. This is called two-player mode and is often one of the fastest ways to earn extra credit card points. By the way, I would appreciate it if you used my referral links, which are below, if you're interested in applying for any of these credit cards. This is a huge way to help me out, and if you do use those when you apply, I really appreciate it. The next way to earn credit card points faster is to keep up with the latest welcome offers. Oftentimes, banks will have times when they have elevated welcome bonuses. For example, the Chase Sapphire Preferred has a welcome offer of 90,000 points that's only available if you apply in branch. I suspect this offer will come available online at some point in the future, but the point is, keep track of welcome offers because many times you can find a better deal. The next way to earn credit card points faster is to optimize your spending category. Normally, if you're earning a welcome bonus, you want to put all of your spend on the card, whether it's gas, groceries, bills of any kind, you want to put all of that spend on your card. But sometimes you're between welcome bonus offers and you need to optimize your spending category. So if you have multiple cards, make sure you're using the appropriate card to earn the most points possible. This can really add up over time, so just make sure you're optimizing your spending categories. If you use these tips along with the welcome bonus strategy, you can significantly increase the rate at which you're earning points, which means more free travel for you. Now that I've shown you how to get the right credit cards and how to earn points as quickly as possible, it's time to show you how to actually use these points for travel and how to redeem them for maximum value. So there's actually a couple of ways that you can use your points, but I'm going to show you that the best way to get the most value for your points is to transfer them to hotel and airline travel partners. This is really the secret that will allow you to double the value of your points or more. Each bank has a specific list of hotel or airline travel partners that they allow you to transfer your points to, and these are known as travel partners or transfer partners. When you transfer your points to travel partners, you'll be able to redeem them for flights and hotel stays at a much higher value than if you were simply to use them to book through your credit card's travel portal or as cash back. For example, let's say you had 50,000 Chase points. If you were to use those points to book through the travel portal, they may only be worth about $500. However, if you transfer those same 50,000 points to a travel partner like United Airlines, you could potentially get a flight worth around $1,000, doubling the value of your points. But how do you know which travel partners to transfer your points to? Each travel partner is different and some are definitely better than others. So it's important to transfer to the ones that will give you the best value for your points. I'll share with you my personal favorite travel partners where I think you'll get a ton of value for your points. But just remember that almost any partner has the potential to give you great value depending on the redemption. So if you take my advice and you start with Chase, you're going to get access to probably the best hotel travel partner in all of the game, and that is the world of Hyatt. Hyatt has a somewhat limited number of properties compared to its competitors, but I think the average quality is higher than the rest, and it's pretty easy to get a good redemption for your points. For example, this Hyatt property in Hawaii costs an average of $694 per night, but it will cost you just 30,000 points to book this property, giving you an average of over 2 cents per point, which is double the value of cashback. If you look around on Hyatt's website, you'll find awesome redemptions like this all over the place. And you can often find point redemptions 3 to 5 times better than the cashback rate. Another one of my favorite travel partners is Southwest Airlines. Your points are very easy to use and you'll get a really solid redemption rate. And you have the option to get Companion Pass, which can allow you to book a flight and bring a passenger with you for only $5.60. And this is probably the best travel perk in all the game. So looking at a quick example, this one-way flight from Las Vegas to San Diego costs about $50 to $60 on average, or 2,300 points if you were to transfer, giving a solid redemption of 2 cents per point. I have a ton more examples that I do a deep dive into in my how to redeem Chase points for maximum value video, a walkthrough guide on how to transfer your points to these transfer partners, and I'll link to that so you can dive into this further. So at this point in the video, I want to give you an exact roadmap of the path I would take if I were starting today, so you know where to go from here. So let's talk about exactly which credit cards I would apply for in order to get started. And if you're interested in applying for any of the credit cards I mentioned in this video and you want to support me, then I'll put my referral links to these cards down below. Using those links to apply helps me out a ton, so thank you to all of you who use my links. If it were me starting out again, the first credit card I would get is the Freedom Flex. The Freedom Flex has no annual fee, typically a 20,000 point welcome bonus, and earns 5% on rotating quarterly categories. This 5% earning category is great, but remember that we're after the welcome bonus, which is 20,000 points after $500 of spend in the first 3 months. And that comes out to about 40% back on your spend. So once I had the welcome bonus from the Freedom Flex, my second card is the Freedom Unlimited. You could technically swap the order of these two cards, as it doesn't really matter in the long run. But the Freedom Unlimited also has no annual fee and a 20,000 point welcome bonus after $500 of spend in the first 3 months. It earns 1.5% back on everything, 3% on dining and drugstores, and 5% on travel paid through the travel portal. Once we get the welcome bonus on this card, we'll have a minimum of 40,000 Chase Ultimate Reward points. And that brings me to the third card I'd recommend, which is the Chase Sapphire Preferred. The Chase Sapphire Preferred is probably the most important card in this lineup so far. The Chase Sapphire Preferred has a $95 annual fee, earns 2x on travel, 3x on dining, online grocery, select streaming, and 1x on everything else. It typically comes with a 60,000 point welcome bonus after $4,000 of spend in the first 3 months. But remember that this has an elevated welcome offer if you apply in branch. You could swap this card for the Chase Sapphire Reserve if you already travel a lot, but it has a $550 annual fee and usually the same exact welcome offer or lower than the Sapphire Preferred. So if I were new to this game, I'd start with the Sapphire Preferred, get the welcome bonus, and then I could always upgrade to the Sapphire Reserve or even downgrade the card later on if I wanted to. But the most important benefit from either of these cards is that they allow you to transfer your points to travel partners. Without one of these cards, you cannot transfer your points to travel partners. So it's extremely important that you get one of the Sapphire cards. And with those 3 cards, you'll have what's called the Chase Trifecta. And you'll have earned at least 100,000 points, which you can transfer to partners like Hyatt, Southwest, United, and others for at least $2,000 in travel. But we're not going to stop there. After the trifecta, I would move on to getting the Ink business cards, because there's simply no better way to earn a ton of Chase Ultimate Rewards points for no annual fee. After I got both of the Chase Ink business cards, then I would move on to a hotel or airline credit card. My first choice would probably be the World of Hyatt credit card, as the benefits are so good, especially if you're transferring points to Hyatt. And after that, I would move on to one of the Southwest cards or United cards, depending on the welcome offers that were available at the time. Once I was done maximizing my opportunities with Chase, I would then move on to Capital One. They allow you to get up to 2 personal cards, and I would strongly recommend the Capital One Venture X because of its amazing airport lounge access. And after all the points and credits they give you for holding the card, the annual fee essentially pays for itself. And my second Capital One card would be the Capital One Saver One, which is a great card with no annual fee. And you probably have around 100,000 Capital One miles at this point, which would be at least $2,000 in value for you. After I had those cards, I would then move on to whichever welcome bonuses were most attractive between Citi and American Express. Some notable cards to watch out for would be the Citi Premier, Citi Custom Cash, Citi Double Cash, the Hilton Aspire card, the Amex Gold, Amex Platinum, and the Bilt MasterCard. My number one recommendation, if you're still watching, is to apply for your next credit card. I can't tell you how many people I've seen waiting for years, wondering which credit card they should get next, while all the time they could be traveling for free and building their credit. So don't let time get the better of you and wait too long before you apply for your next credit card. And if you do, please consider using my links to apply. I also recommend you check out my video called How to Redeem Chase Points for Maximum Value, so you can really understand your options when it comes to using these points. Thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe, and I'll see you next time.